All right, today we're going to make you a millionaire. Well, maybe not, but we're going to at least give you a guidebook of some of the best NFT projects to watch. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back to TechPath.
And I'm Lisa Francoeur, here at your service to talk about the multi-billion-dollar market associated with NFTs.
NFTs.
So, Paul,
I like it.
Tell us.
All right, so we're going to jump into 13 of the biggest NFT marketplaces. You guys probably know some of these out there, and you're probably already plugged into these. As affluent and as smart as our audience is, you guys are killing it all the time. But if you do not know what an NFT is, just quickly, NFT, fungible token, unique crypto tokens that are basically linked to some sort of digital content. So this could be a JPEG. It's kind of been made, famous with crypto kitties, crypto punks, the apes, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, etc. But the platforms in which you go out and buy these is the big key. And I want to jump to some of the first ones. And of course, the big guy is Opensea. Do you have anything on Opensea?
I mean, outside of it having a $6.5 billion market cap, I mean, what else is there to say other than...
This is going to go public pretty soon.
I mean, how can it not?
Yeah, these guys are going to rock.
But I mean, they're one of the first, they're one of the oldest, sort of like a legacy NFT platform. There is, as far as the UX is concerned, I think it leaves much to be desired for folks that are kind of just coming in. Yeah. It is complex. There are a lot of steps involved.
It's early stage. You think about it, it's like, and I say this a lot, it's like Bitcoin 2013. You could barely find a place to buy it. All of the exchanges were clunky. There was no glitzy, cool looking Coinbase and all that bull.
And not to poo-poo on OpenSea, because clearly, they're like the front runner for a reason. Yeah. It's just that we want to level set for folks that are, making their foray into the NFT market.
All right, so OpenSea, peer-to-peer NFT marketplace, by far the largest out there, 6.5 billion, as Lisa said. Signing up is really easy. One thing for you guys that are watching right now, so there is something that's coming to you, and that is called the Diamond Circle. The Diamond Circle is going to be a membership program free to you guys, and we're going to have it available soon. We'll have some links coming up on videos coming. But some of the things that we will be offering in the Diamond Circle is member-only content, and one of the things is going to be like stepping into doing MetaMask wallets, getting yourself started in NFTs, how to do DeFi, what about staking, farming, all those kind of things are coming out in our courses and also in some of the member-related content. So when you look at what's happening in this space, you need a MetaMask wallet. If you haven't done your research on getting a MetaMask wallet, go get that done right now, because that's the next step that you'll need to start transacting on these platforms. The other one, Axie Marketplace, what do you think about this one?
I mean, listen, I'm a fan because of the fact that the utility aspect. So one of the challenges with NFTs is that, just having this digital asset, a lot of times it's art, what can it do beyond just the aesthetics? Yep. And what I like about Axie Infinity is that, there's an ecosystem where you can buy, trade, breed, Axies. And it's not an inexpensive endeavor,
No, it's pricey.
It's very expensive to get in. There are a lot of steps involved. But again, when we're thinking about the play to earn model and the fact that, Indonesia, Philippines, our folks are making a livable wage. So I also feel like, there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of like white space. So I'm a fan of Axie Infinity. I attempted to, for the full disclosure, get an Axie, but then I realized you needed 3 Axies, and at the time I think it was like, I don't know, $900, $1,000, and I expect that to go up. But
yeah, for sure.
I'm still excited about Axie.
The other one I like that is it's in the list here, and there's a whole list of various platforms out there, but the ones I like have been OpenSea, Axie Infinity, obviously if you're into the gaming side. Rarible is the other one, which is one of the leading NFT marketplaces on Ethereum, again. And it's a community-owned platform that showcases basically, full digital art programs. It's got, some pretty cool applications. It is not as big as OpenSea, but it definitely has kind of a little bit of a cult following that I think is growing. You're going to need a 1-2 in these markets for sure.
I have to say though, the first NFT that I ever bought was on Nifty Gateway, and I think again in terms of like simplicity and just like very.
What did you think about it? Did you like it?
I thought it was very simple, and I was also able to use a credit card, so it wasn't like I had to have a MetaMask wallet in order to purchase the NFT, which again made the barrier to entry a lot, like lowered the barrier to entry.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I like it. I mean, the fact that we're seeing the movement here, and I think we'll probably see more and more of these platforms that start to dumb this system down in the sense of just, and I shouldn't say dumb it down, just make it more easy for the average person to go in and transact on these, and that's going to be
It's
a big
almost like
one.
you have to be a developer, you know, in many cases to sort of navigate these platforms.
Just to give you guys a rundown quickly on the news on what's happening in the NFTs, this is one piece right here, fantasy soccer NFT platform, Sorare. We actually had them on the channel, so make sure and check out the video, but they just scored a $680 million raise by SoftBank.
Listen.
That's a lot of money.
But also too, I mean, when you think about soccer, aka football, it is the most, it's the most dominated or most popular sport in the world. So I think as far as, you know, why it makes sense to kind of cater to that audience, 680 million is nothing in comparison to what
compared to that
football
global
market?
the global market for sure. NFT
and
video
fanatic fans, by the way.
Oh, big time. NFT video games leaving up to $1,000 in a profit a month. This
Make
is
money
Axie
while
Infinity.
you play. Who doesn't like that?
You can, I mean, you can make your money back on that. That's a good investment. I mean, $300 to $500 a month if you're doing that, and especially if you like playing games, because that's the big thing is the game program. I still believe, and we've got some things coming here on the channel that are really going to be diving into NFTs, NFT gaming, and a lot of these projects. Very big news coming soon, so make sure and stay tuned there on that. Also, largest NFT market by volume, Opensea launches their smartphone application. This I thought was cool.
This is exciting, yeah.
What did you think about it?
I mean, listen, I think that, you know, anytime the device is a mobile phone, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because virtually, you know, everybody has a phone.
Yep.
And so when we think about user adoption, when we think about just where things are, but ultimately where they're going and how to position yourself accordingly, I always go back to Wayne Gretzky, who said, you know, what makes me successful is I don't go where the puck is at, I go where it's going.
Yeah, skate to where the puck is. Here is the reason that I think mobile is the future of this market. You've got a 24/7 marketplace, always on, okay? It's one of the few it's the only marketplace that never sleeps, really. But when you look at how mobile has been ingrained in society so much, I'm sure, me, just like, you're constantly staring at your phone to check, you know, whether it's your apps, your programs, you know, your investments, you're tracking a coin, maybe you're tracking a project, all of that. You can't do it when you're all tied into your web, you know, your PC all the time.
And here's my thing, when we think about emerging markets and we think about where the population, like in Africa, for example, I think it's something like 45% of the population is under the age of 25. Guess what? These are environments that bypassed the desktop experience and went right to mobile. So again.
This was a big number right here. Opensea, largest NFT, 625,000 traders, and this is the beginning. 625,000 traders, 6.5 billion.
Wow.
This is just, and this is like the early adopters. So to me, this really, I was like, holy moly.
Talk about white space.
Yeah, knowing where this is going is going to be unbelievable. Even though Opensea did have that little bit of a hiccup where the guy was doing a little insider trading, playing with the game a little bit.
Does that surprise you though? I mean,
I think it's
par for the course.
Every business, every publicly traded business out there, every business out there has always got those inside guys that are doing something.
Like, it's the human condition.
Yeah, unfortunate, but the seriousness is there. The other thing here is, can the NFT market hold up to some of these slumps? This is where I got really pumped on NFTs, because everybody has always been talking to me about, hey, Paul, this is a bubble.
A bubble.
They can't withstand hits.
I don't think they understand the underlying technology, though.
Bingo.
And above and beyond, you know, because in the narrative, like the public discourse is all about art, NFT, as though they're synonymous. The extent of what you can do with an NFT supersedes art.
Huge.
Like, you know, the smart contracts, I mean, we talked about housing. I mean, God knows what other use cases there will be, but yeah, we're just scratching the surface.
What do you think about the Opensea CEO saying, hey, the era of the NFT digital art is dead?
I mean, I don't agree with that. I think that is dead.
Well,
like,
because
that's severe.
No, his whole theory was that the evolution of NFT is going to be the experiential side of things, the utility side of it, not just you're buying a punk.
Okay, so we're going to the metaverse and we're going to go hang out, and our NFTs are going to be interacting with each other.
Virtual events, real-time events, you know, special whatevers with artists, whether it's music or whatever type of art.
I get all of that. But I just don't think that to say that they're dead, and the reason that I say that is because when you think about what the metaverse and that kind of virtual world that's being built as we speak, the art can literally come to life in the metaverse.
Yep.
So how could we see that as being dead? That's where I kind of differ.
Well, that's what he's saying. He's talking about the JPEGs.
Okay.
Oh yeah. When that's what he's talking about. The digital art in the
I'm glad you clarified because I was like, art.
The JPEG idea of I own a JPEG and that's all I own.
Well, it's static, right?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Creating this sort of interactive experience in the metaverse, right? Like if we're really going to be migrating to the metaverse,
full on,
it needs to be an interactive experience. So.
This made me feel good. After a week, sales, basically NFT rebounding some degree, popular markets and collectibles picking up steam. Stats from DApp Radar indicate the Opensea saw another 629 million in volume. So again, just supporting the whole idea that this market can take a hit and keep on ticking.
That's right.
I love it. All right, a couple of projects I want you guys to watch. These are ones, and just so some of you guys know, when I talk about tokens, and this was brought up, the crew back there is always bringing up good comments from our lovely fans. When I talk about a token, if I own it, I will disclose it. I will tell you, full disclosure, I own this token. You guys,
because that's how we roll.
You can take it for what,
transparency.
I do my research, and that's what I'm trying to share with you. If I don't own the token, I'm just not going to say I don't own it. I'm not going to say it. Sometimes I might say I don't own it, but the main thing is I don't own it, type thing. Now, let's talk about a Galaxy egg. All right, so full disclosure, I own one.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
So I got an egg,
cool.
and very, very happy with this little fella. But I really am impressed with this particular project, just in the sense of just the art itself is so beautiful. One of our researchers turned me on to this project. I mean, I was like, Mariana, this is amazing. How did you find this?
I mean, and I think, again, going back to the metaverse and kind of what the experience in the metaverse will be, the fact that, their goal is to take part in, helping to create the metaverse in as artistic a fashion as possible is pretty cool.
I mean, where are you going to find an NFT that a Ducati is coming out of a Medusa-like floating undersea? This is just phenomenal. The art.
Is it animated? Is it
all right. So Galaxy has got a lot going on for it, and this is a little bit about I want to go to the artist, and they are pretty cool. I mean, the artist behind this is an absolute. They're off the chart. They're off the chart.
Gal Barkin.
Yes, that link. And what I've seen with them has been pretty amazing. So this is the artist behind the Galaxy eggs. As you can kind of see, Gal Barkin art. Very, very creative and very, almost like Alice in Wonderland to me.
Yeah. So it sort of reminds me of James Cameron, the whole Avatar, fantasy world. But the thing that it's important to note with Gal Barkin is that he's an art director. This is a person that's 3D visualization artist extraordinaire.
Beautiful stuff.
Just so many different disciplines that he has, from music, art, etc. And I just think, again, pointing back to the experience of what it means to be in the metaverse, living in these kind of fantasy worlds and just creating this beautiful space to be in. That's what the art to me evokes. I'm an art aficionado, though.
There you go. I want to talk about this one right here, which is
I love
this is coming over from Bored Ape, of course, the creators of, and it's called the Sneaky Vamps.
Sneaky Vamps.
And I like it. Interesting enough, fresh off the heels, hottest NFT of the year, Bored Ape Yop. Same artist recently
Those
announced.
guys.
Yeah, yeah, they know what they're doing. Good community launching this weekend called Sneaky Vampire Syndicate. It's also receiving a lot of buzz on the internet, obviously, for the NFT frenzy. What's cool about this here is the project began from an idea between their whole, but they thought, hey, there's so many animal projects out there, let's do something different, and this is kind of what brought it to life. Let's
speak a little bit about what some of those differences are, Paul, because with the Sneaky Vamps, you can interact with them in the metaverse. And I think this speaks to why this concept of the NFT, NFT market being a bubble, it sort of debunks that. Because when you start to move into the waters of Axie Infinity with respect to utility, you're starting to create these experiences that keep people in the universe, that keep people trading these, sneaky vamps, that keep them accumulating them and so forth.
And it's going to increase the value.
increases the value as well.
Yeah, so gets into the whole idea and aspect. Key here, I think, with any NFT project is you've got to identify it early. That's the biggest scenario. So the more and faster you can move into some of these projects, whether it's you're tracking the IDOs, or you're going with the companies or the developers, or you're looking at some of the platforms in which they're engaged on, whatever route you take in terms of doing your research to find them, and whether you're, maybe you're just watching YouTube channels like ours, is really trying to understand it. But we'll end on what this thing looks like. Here are some of the sneaky vamps just to kind of understand the gallery of this thing. Beautiful art, again, very Bored Ape style. You can definitely see the art connection.
You can, you see the correlation. I mean, I think that the Bored Apes are a little bit more interesting, to be honest with you. But again, I love the idea of this community aspect and taking the community and bringing them into the metaverse, helping build a community and the value.
What do you think about the idea of building a campaign around some of these major projects like this that really kind of build out the NFT ecosystem? So Bored Ape, I mean, shouldn't we have a video game? Shouldn't we have merch? Shouldn't we have all those kinds of things?
A cartoon, a comic book, a movie. There's so many different directions that this can go in. And it kind of makes me think about Disney.
Yeah.
And Gary Vee spoke about this. This idea of creating these characters. So it's like the new era of Disney, the new era of Marvel, the new era of DC.
Yeah. I love this. On the Syndicate, body is populated by 888. Unique. That's a good one. If you don't know, I mean, 8 is the magical number in China.
No, I did not know that. I know 8 signifies infinity.
Yeah, and money.
And money. Hey, listen.
Money.
Isn't that all we talk about?
Yeah, I like it. All right, you guys are listening in over on the podcast. You want more NFT stuff? This is a place you're going to catch it. Thanks for, of course, dropping in.
And if you're interested in the metaverse, what's going on in the crypto markets, what's happening in regulatory landscape, etc., this is where you need to be. So if you are not subscribing to our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? We want to make sure that we hear from you, so comment below. Tell us how well you think we're doing or other. I love to read the comments, so keep them coming. I'm ready.
All right, so here's another thing. Our community is big. It's starting to really, I think, kind of become a very unique community. The Diamond Circle, I think, in general, whether you are eventually going to be a member of it or you're right here on YouTube part of it, we love to hear your comments. I'm interested in NFT projects, so drop them in the comments, put them in the chat when we go live, those kind of things. We really would love your feedback on some of the projects you're looking at. Maybe there's an opportunity for us to start bringing some of these people on to talk about these projects. Hard to find these guys. They're a little bit more
very obscure.
Anonymous.
Very obscure.
Yeah.
But we know you can find them, so bring them to us.
Get out there. We need it. The Diamond Circle begins. All right, we'll catch you next time right here on Tech Path. Make sure and stop in anytime right here for this comedy show that we're doing here.